Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope this video find everyone doing well and in good spirits. Okay guys, let me tell you what I will be sharing with you today. And some of you guys probably gonna think May forgot to even do this. This is a subscriber request and a kind of a long overdue. I do have a recipe, a video on doing a Boston butt. But when I did my pork shoulder roast in some weekly meals, I had several guys reach out to me on through email and ask me will I demonstrate how I did my pork shoulder roast and sort of give them a kind of idea as to what type of seasoning that I had on them. And I told them I would, but it kind of took me a while, which I did tell you guys, the one, you know who he is, I said when I prepare another one. But you probably thought I had forgot, but if you seen, I did a pork shoulder with roast, but it's been a minute, so I'm preparing one today, and I made sure I didn't forget to show you guys how I prepared this. So guys, I'm going to get right on into the seasonings and stuff that I used on the roast. That was one of the things that you guys requested of me. And then I'm going to show you how I prepare before I do it in the oven. This roast is baked in the oven, and I slow bake it at 325 degrees. And I cook it sometimes probably 3.5 hours. But I test and see, you know, to the texture and stuff that I want. It will be done, but you know, I like for it to be like sliced so I can use it with my meal, or either have it where I can use it as sandwiches later on, so it won't be overcooked. So usually it's about 3.5 hours on 325 degrees. I will mention that again, guys, when I get ready to, you know, when I cook it and show you guys what I do before I put it in the oven. But guys, let me tell you some of the seasonings that I use on this roast, and you can use the seasoning that you want and just use the technique that I use to prepare this roast. Now the reason I'm giving you these seasonings, because when I come back on to season the roast, I'm going to be rubbed it down in some olive oil. I'm going to rub it all around with some olive oil so the seasoning will stick on it. But I'm going to have these seasonings and stuff mixed in a bowl. But these are the seasonings that you will see be mixed in the bowl that I'm going to season this pork roast with. It's gonna be, now I got this Lipton onion soup mix up there. It's not gonna be mixed up in the seasoning. I'm gonna put that in the dish, but I will have some garlic salt, and then I'm gonna have some rosemary. That garlic salt, I probably put about a teaspoon of that garlic salt, and then I got that rosemary over there. I put approximately a half a teaspoon of that rosemary. And then I got the thyme over there, and I put probably less, guys. You know, when I'm doing this, I'm not measuring it, so I'm trying to give you an approximate amount that I put in there. But with the thyme, I probably put almost a half a teaspoon, and then the poultry season, probably another half a teaspoon, and then with the I use this here. Now you can use something else if you want, if you can't find this. This is the Lowry salt-free all-purpose seasoning. I love it because it has a lot of different herbs and seasoned spices and stuff mixed up into it. Just give your porks and stuff a wonderful flavor. I use it on beef and chicken too, but it is really good on porks. And then I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna have approximately a teaspoon, a better of black pepper on there, and then I got the I got the rice vinegar on there. I'm about to sneeze for some reason or another. And I'm going to use a tablespoon. I'm going to sprinkle a tablespoon of this rice vinegar on there. I'll show you guys how I do that. And then I'm going to have some paprika. And if I pronounce that wrong, okay, paprika. I'm going to have probably about a teaspoon and a half of that on there. And then I'm going to be using that's a whole onion. I say maybe like a large to a medium. It's not real big onion chopped. And then I have 2 stalks of celery on there. Those are the seasoning, guys, that I use on this pork roast. And I can only tell you, and you will have to taste it to believe it, it is absolutely delicious. Mouth-watering delicious. Okay, guys, I'm going to go off and get ready to season this roast up. And then I'm not going to be over at the stove. We'll go over to the stove when I show you how I put the seasonings on here. I'm going to mix them up and show you how I just, massage them into the roast. No big deal. And I'll talk with you then, guys. Be right back. Okay, guys. Like I told you, I have washed the roast up and I was letting it drain. I'm going to get off some more of the excess water. And drain pretty good. I'm going to dab it down. And guys, let me show you something right here before I go over to the skillet. You see this here fat that's going to be left on the back of your roast? Most people call it a cap or whatever. And if it's a lot of it, you can trim it down. But this one, it has just enough on it that I'll leave on it. If it was real thick, I would trim it. But I'm going to, when I go over to the oven and start to sear it, that's where I'm going to start at, right down that side. And you could also do it like this, guys, if you're going to put a Boston butt or either a pork shoulder on the grill. You can do this same. You can sear it before you put it on that grill after you done season it up. And you talking about a wonderful pork roast. It's going to be one. Okay, guys, let me wash my hands real quick. And we're going to go on in with the seasoning. Ooh, I love the smell of that stuff. Now, if you want to put on gloves, you can. But I do not put on gloves when I'm doing this. My hands off and get me another paper towel. Okay, guys, what I normally do, if I don't have some already poured up in a, get a bracelet back, in a bowl, I put like a little, probably about a little half a teaspoon, and then I take my hand and I cup it just like that and put some of that oil in there. Then I do it like that and I just take it and rub it all the way around. You rub it real good with that olive oil. It's going to help your seasoning stick on there. And then you're going to be, like I said, you're going to be searing it over on the oven. If I did it right, that's all you're going to need. Don't take much. You don't want to over oil it to death. Move this out of the way, guys, and because just as sure as I leave it here, I'm going to knock it over. Oh, we're gonna go ahead on with this. I got all the seasoning that I showed you guys early in the video. I got it mixed all in this bowl. And I want to see approximately how much I probably do use on there, because a lot of time I will take and put some in the bowl and do it like this. So I won't have to be going back and forth opening up containers. So I get the first amount on there. Can they see what I'm doing, Tuck?
Yeah, I see it.
And I start rubbing it in. Just giving it a good old meat massage. I'm surprised it ain't got me sneezing already. Guys, now pork is a tender cut of meat. A lot of people do a lot of marinating to pork that you don't have to do. You really don't have to marinate, and if you marinate it, make sure it be a short period of time. Because I'm going to tell you something, guys, you may not know about marinating. You can over marinate your meat, especially your tender cuts, to your you know, the flavor don't, unless you kind of completely change the flavor and you don't want the flavor of the meat coming through. Just go ahead and marinate it forever with a little bit of everything if you want. You know, I don't tell nobody how to you know, do their food. Just that's the way I'm sharing, guys, how I do mines that has worked for me very well for many, many years. Like I told you, I done did stuff so many ways. Probably I've forgotten more ways than I have did. Okay, that's good. And I'm going to wash my hands off, guys. And is you going to want to cut off before we go to the stone cup? Wash my hands real good, and then we're going over to the oven. No, wait before I'm going to go over to the oven. I'm going to do one more thing before I go over to the stove and start to sear this meat. I got one more step I want to show you. Okay, guys, with this here pack of the Lipton onion and mushroom soup, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to push this out so they probably can see it better. This is the baking dish that I will be baking it in. And you can bake it in whatever you normally bake your meat in with the proper size. This is probably about a 9 by 13, but it's a, you know, it's sort of a deep dish baking pan. I take and I spray, lightly coated with some cooking spray. And then I take this here pack of this here Lipton onion soup mix, and I sprinkle it in the bottom. Guys, it's another thing I want to note to you guys. You know I did not put any salt on that there roast. No salt. As well as salt in that what is it? It was salt in that just put all that in there like that. And that garlic salt, I use garlic salt. And that brand that I use, that's the brand that I love. Well, it's salt. There's a lot of salt in that. And then in this here Lipton onion soup mix is salt in it. The reason that I did it like that, guys, simply got some stuff left in here. Simply because I do this roast, and the way I flavor this roast, I want to make sure that the natural flavor of this meat comes through. That's what's gonna make it spectacular. That natural flavor gonna come through with the perfect amount of seasoning and flavoring and stuff. The flavor of the natural meat gonna come through. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get over here to the stove and give Tuck time enough to get over here, and then we gonna do the next step. Can you straighten out now?
Go.
Okay, guys, we got Tuck straightened out over here, and I got my burner turned on to like a medium high. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's that fat, that what I call it, that layer of fat that was on there. That's where I'm gonna start off searing it. It might not have been that high. It's not going to take long, guys, at all to do this. And let me tell you some things that I need to tell you once this get ready to go in the oven. Pass me that, no, you can let it stay there. Now I'm going to take, when I get through searing this, that onion and celery and stuff, I'm going to put it right on in this skillet with this here dripping and stuff that's off of this here roast. And I'm just going to kind of saute them for probably less than a minute. Just enough to keep up the flavor in it. It gives it a certain taste when you kind of keep it up some.
That's smelling good already.
You said every time I cook it.
That's the truth.
I don't want to burn it. Get that I get it. I don't want to forget this, guys. When I'm doing my pork roast like this, I mean my beef roast, yeah, pork roast, like this, and when I put that soup mix in the bottom of that, I normally pour just a little water on there. Because see, this flavor gonna go up and through it and all over that roast. And like I told you, it got a lot of salt in it. I'm not gonna put that not have to put too much salt in there.
You're blocking me a lot now. I can't.
Well, you got to let me get this thing turned on. I'm gonna be burning.
Okay.
You know what it is? I'm just turning the meat right now, guys. I'm turning my burner down a little bit. Cause really, all I'm doing right there is getting that cap on it. That's what I be really trying to burn, brown. And then I just kind of turn this just a minute or two more. You know, just because I'm over here. Reason I do that, that cap that you leave on there, when you roasting that meat down in that season, it seasons your food. It gives it just a optimal flavor. Right back. I had to get me some water. I was out in the rain yesterday. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I got to do it like this. Now I got to take into account when I'm in this kitchen doing this. I'm not doing it for the camera. I got it so brown. Okay. Now can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to transfer it over into this here soup stuff that I had here.
Bang, smelling good. Smells like it already cooked.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to take those celery. And the onions. Some of that stuff on my hand. See all that seasoning and stuff that was on the roast that was stuck on the bottom here. That's what's coming up. I forgot one thing. I do take, when I put these vegetables in there like this, I usually take a pinch of salt and spread it over there. Guys, now this is what I'm going to do with my vinegar. When my mom was cooking pork and stuff and we was growing up living in the country, they put vinegar just about on, you know. Can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
I poured some in that cap. You would pour 2 caps full over here. And I just kind of sprinkle it all over. Just 2 caps off the top of this vinegar. You can use, imagine you can use regular vinegar, apple cider vinegar, or whatever. But just sprinkle it on top of your roast. That's all you got to do. Now this roast, when you put it in this oven, it's just like you're gonna be using a slow cooker.
You used rice vinegar, didn't you?
Yeah, that was rice vinegar. Guys, you know I told y'all early on, I started using the crock pots basically about when they first came out. And I don't know why. I am not a fan. I use one now because, you know, I learned different techniques as to how to cook in there and make stuff taste good. But I used to think, guys, when you cook, people were always bragging about, I put me this in my crock pot and whatever, and I'm letting it cook 20 hours or 21 hours, whatever, how many. And ooh, I'm gonna have this and that and all of that when I get home. Any kind of stuff you can think about, especially meats and vegetables and stuff. And I always used to be thinking to myself, because my experience with the crock pot, I said, and when you get home, you ain't gonna have nothing. I didn't like the crock pot simply because it made the food taste like you was eating something left over. The way it cooked in that crock pot, and you know, the instructions always told you to put water in it and all that stuff. It just took all the flavor. It didn't make the food didn't taste good with me. I didn't like the texture, and I didn't like what the flavor and stuff it offered up. Okay, guys, that's all I'm gonna do with the onions and stuff. All I did was just basically you know, brought up the flavors in it with just a little olive oil in there from the leftover from the braising the roast. Now I'm gonna put this water off over here. That's probably less than a half a cup. Then I'm gonna stir it around. I got that stuff on my plate. I'm just going to let it kind of boil just enough to deglaze this here skillet that it's in. It's not going to take long at all. Let me get this onion out. I didn't chop that one up that good. And you see I just had this, the celery and the onion both. I had them kind of coarsely chopped. And that's it, guys. That's all I'm going to do with that. And then I'm going to pour it. I'm going to have to probably stand in front of you.
Go ahead.
They'll see it once I get it over here. Wait just a minute. Stuff out of there. You know, once I do that, I'm going to spread them down where they go on the side. I call this my magic roast because of the way them flavors and stuff be in there. Because you know this here going to run a lot of juices up in there. But the roast itself is still going to be juicy. Now guys, this here probably was close to a 5-pound pork roast. The one I'm doing. If you have one larger or whatever, you increase your seasonings. And you probably also going to need to increase your cooking time. Because I'm going to test this and see, do I cook it, do I have to cook it longer? But I know I cook it at least probably sometime 3.5 hours according to the size and how it's cooking. Okay, let me show you the next step, guys. This, I use the heavy duty foil. Back in the days, they always had these Dutch ovens and stuff, and they had like a lid to it. And that's what they usually cooked it in. You know, tell the truth, I don't remember until we over in the 70s when we moved out of the country after my father passed. I don't even remember aluminum foil. I don't remember aluminum foil. I remember wax paper. And I can't remember aluminum foil. Do you know when aluminum foil came to be there?
No, I don't remember when it came to be.
But it wasn't so big back there.
I remember having aluminum foil.
But I'm saying for us cooking with it.
Having wax paper too.
Like for us cooking like they do now, they would put them lids on top of that. So it can be slow cooking and stuff in the oven. Now guys, I'm going to put this in the oven because I have to take my time putting it in there because I'm not going to keep it on camera for that because I don't want this to get up there too close and touch my arm and burn it because I'm always getting burnt and stuff like that. So that's all you got to do. Put this thing in the oven and let it go for about 3.5 hours. And I'm going to tell you how long I cooked it when I get back, when it's all finished. So when I come back, guys, this pork shoulder roast will be finished. And I'll be ready to slice you up, guys. Slice you guys a piece of it up. Okay, guys, I'll be back when the roast is finished. Okay, guys, the beef shoulder is out the oven. And I'm just pouring some juices back up on it. And I'm going to let this rest before I cut it. Normally let it rest, and then this here broth or juices just came out the roast. You see I didn't put just like a half a cup of water. You really don't need to put water, but when I prepare it this way, I put that water in there for that flavoring from that onion soup mix. But I'm going to let this here set, and then I'm going to come back, guys, and I'm going to slice some and let you see what's going on with it, and then I will end this video. Okay, y'all, the pork shoulder roast is ready, complete, and it is delicious. Guys, I call this here my multi-purpose pork roast. You can use it for so many things, and it is absolutely delicious, just like a Boston butt. We use this for chopped pork, pulled pork, put barbecue sauce on it, and then I have it just like slicing it for just your meat at your dinner. Either way you go, you can't go wrong with this. It's absolutely juicy, like the way I cooked it. And you try this, you won't be cooking it any other way. And like I said, if you're going to put it out on your grill for it to have that smoke taste or whatever, the way I did it in that skillet, do it like that. Then put it out on your grill. Cook it so long according to what size it is. That's the way my son do it. And then after he let it cook out there for so long and let the smoke and stuff go through it, then he take it and wrap it in foil and finish the cooking. And then when he let that set and roast, and you see the juices and stuff that came from it. I have quite a bit of this still left in the can you see it, container. I will set this in the refrigerator because a lot of time it has some fat on it, and I don't want that fat on it all in there. I'll skim the biggest of it off and just put that in some rice, and I can't tell you how good it is. So guys, what I'm going to do is go ahead on and slice you guys some of this to let you see how it is sliced, and then I am going to end the video. Now, it's not all the way cool like I would like for it to be, but we got somewhere to go and we got to end this video. So let me show you if I was having it for a gonna serve it like just a piece of meat on the for dinner. I'm trying to get a good slice off it, so because this one got a bone in it. You can get these boneless too now, guys. But you better believe it's juicy. There's not a whole lot of fat off up in it.
Ooh, my, that looks good.
Tuck love this. He love this.
Before we get through with it, 'cause I'm ready to eat that.
Here, stop. I want them to see it. Do you see what it looked like up in there, guys?
Yeah, hold on, let me get up here. Yep.
This is a delicious roast, and if I can mash on it with the spoon, you can see that the juices is still so moist and juicy, because I was basting it when it finished cooking. I went ahead on and basted it with the juices and stuff that was up in it, and yeah, you can put some more. When we fix our plate and stuff like that, we just always take some of this here good old juice and broth that's on it and put it on the top of it. I'm telling you, it will be your go-to for company, any type of gathering you have. And like I said, if it was a little cooler, but you know, it's not a lot of, yeah, some of the juices ran out, but you can make sandwiches and stuff out of this. So many ways you can do this. I told you to be your go-to. It would definitely be your go-to roast. And you get you some mayonnaise and mustard on some white bread, and then I always sprinkle a little hot sauce and black pepper on mine. So I don't know why I want that black pepper on it. And the way I season this stuff, guys, you know, I didn't go in with a lot of salt, but I went in with the herbs and seasoning and stuff that just gonna make it delicious. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead on and end this video. Show them the food, Gary. You ain't got to show them my face. I'm gonna go ahead on and end this video because we do have something else to do. But to the ones of you guys that thought that I was not going to ever share this pork shoulder roast, every time I did it, I always comment like, is you gonna, you know, like to share it, or what spices and stuff I use on it. And I told you I was gonna get to share it. And I'm glad you had the patience and stuff with me, because stuff like this in now is done got so expensive. You can't just be cooking it to be cooking it. So I always wait till we gonna incorporate it in with the meal or whatever. But this freezes well. You can freeze it. You know, if you have some left. Most of the time I don't have any left, unless I get a real big one. And I haven't gotten a real big one since our economy got in the shape that it's in. But let me shout out my daughter, Britt Simone. She will be putting up videos soon, and then I'm going up to visit her. And when I go up to visit her, we're going to be doing videos and stuff up there with her, guys. She got a lots of stuff planned for you guys, if the Lord's willing. So, yeah, shout out to her. And remember to give me thumbs up. I appreciate all the thumbs up you guys was giving me, and all the wonderful comments and stuff that you leave me. I appreciate it. That really helps my channel. And I mean, I just got through, while I was waiting, you know, for the roast to cook, I went in there and I read a nice comment this young man left me on my old-fashioned collard greens. Was telling me how you know, that was the way his mom and grandmom used to cook them, and the smells and stuff, how wonderful that was in the kitchen. And he also said, you know, like that type of old landmark style cooking, wholesome cooking with the love in it and stuff like that, it's just about to be a lost art. But we're not going to let it do that, is it, guys? What I share with you guys, share it off with your children, your grandkids, your your sons that cook, your son girlfriends, wives and stuff that cook. And let's keep this here going because, you know, it don't need to die. Anyway, that's all for that. And like I said, guys, thumbs up my video. And remember what May always tell you guys, to think positive, use your common sense, and May love you guys. And bye.
Bye, you guys.